I fixed it. There's no sound coming from the game. Okay. I fixed it. Contact. Alternatively, acknowledge. Acknowledge. Anyway, the Windows update strikes again. Which means I'm probably going to have to log in and out of sound alerts, but we'll find that out when we get there. Alright, let's try that again. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Fiera Luna, and I play games on the internet. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Today we're playing Phoenix Wright. We are on the last case of Trials and Tribulations. Sort of the prelude to the last case, because this is one of those cases, like the first game where it comes back around, and you guys know the deal with these cases, with these games. So we're there. Also, I forgot it was my affiliate anniversary. I'm just gonna tell you guys flat out I forgot. But I am celebrating Twitch reminding me that that exists, by giving VIP to people. So you'll never guess who's got VIP now. Rice has VIP now, and so does Catoid. Yeah, surprise! I am celebrating affiliate anniversary by celebrating the people who put me here. Hey, Fiera, remember when I was VIP? I do, but you can't be VIP and mod at the same time. Mod is too high up the ranks. Sheik's probably going to usurp me. She's quite floofy. She's very floofy. I do love a floofy cat. We all love a floofy cat. Bonk. Yeah. Anyway. Gosh darn it. Shrimpies! Coconut shrimpies! Oh, good shrimpies. Yum 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 yum. Wish I had coconut shrimps. I had apples and cheesy toast for dinner. And staff was like, what are you doing? And I was like, making cheesy toast. And they went, why are you putting it in the microwave? And they went, I toasted the bread and then I put cheese on it and now I'm melting the cheese. And they went, that's not how you make cheesy toast. And I went, okay. And then I did it that way anyway. I want coconut shrimps. I want to eat them. Shrimpies. Yum, 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 yum. I think I'm going to make cheesy ramen tonight. Delicious. Ooh, ooh. And some kimchi. Oh, I have kimchi. Mint brought me the wrong one by mistake, so I have pear kimchi, but it's still very good. There's a kimchi that I like that's only sold around here, I think, because it's made here. Jury's out on if it exists anywhere else. It's really good, though. It tastes different than the other kimchis. Pear kimchi sounds delicious. It is! There's like a kind of tartness to it that I'm not sure how to explain. But like, okay, so kimchi normally is very like, kimchi normally cuts through anything you're eating because it's very like sharp, I guess. But something about adding that little bit of pear into it adds this kind of like refreshing taste to it. And I'm not really sure how to explain what I mean by that, but you know the taste when you've tasted it. And it's weird, but I like it. You will. You'll have to try some when you get here. I will get you the good kimchi that doesn't suck. That's... Okay, no. Technically, all kimchi is good kimchi. I just prefer mine a little bit more picklier. A little more pickling than most people, because I like things to be pickled. I'm the weird kid who's just like, yes, I would like more of that pickled plum, please. That wasn't enough pickled plum. I'm out there being like, gherkin? I would love some more of those. I'll pickle anything. Carrots, turnips, beans, cucumbers. I almost said pickles. But cucumbers become pickles when you pickle them. Let's see, yeah. Carrots, cucumbers, beans, turnips, beets. Like, if it grows in the ground, yeah, pickled string beans. Pickled beans are amazing. We pickle green beans. If you're unfamiliar with what I mean when I say green beans, the green beans that we pickle are the longer kind that I think people will normally call like French beans, or they're those guys. And we have a big barrel, and you put the pickling liquid in the barrel, and you put the beans in the pickling liquid, and then you put the top on the barrel, and then you leave it like that, and then anytime you need pickled beans, you dip them out of the barrel. You do have to put them in water because they are very salt. They are all salt all the way through, Your Honor. We also have salt pork and salt beef like that in the root cellar. There is a root cellar. I know it sounds crazy, but there is one. I've had pickled radishes. Pickled radishes are also amazing. Beets are good too. You'll know the difference between beets and radishes because radishes are a little bit spicy, and if you had pickled beets, everything is red now. That's the way of it. Everything is red and purple now. Everything you touch, your hands, weird places on the counter. Okay, yeah, it was beets then. Yeah, if it's beets, everything is red now. This weird in-between reddish purple. All of it. They're really good. We have bottles of those. Also in the root cellar. I know what I ought to get on Saturday. Back bacon steaks. Ooh. I want bacon. Staff? Staff? Staff. Hi. Hi. No, I am not just gonna keep saying hi. I need a thing. No, it's not that thing. No, I always want a crown. You never give me one. I'm not asking anymore. I want bacon. I want bacon and I want shrimpies, and I want to wrap the shrimpies in the bacon. No, I don't like scallops though. I like shrimpies, so I want to wrap the shrimpies in the bacon. You can do that, right? It is not against the law! Chat? Chat, is bacon wrapped shrimpies against the law? 10 minutes and we've made no progress. That's how it works. Ooh, I had bacon this morning. Delicious. Ooh, back bacon steaks from the local butcher. That's the best kind of thing. That's the best meat. Bacon wrapped shrimp is the law. Amazing. Aquarium staff can't read. They don't know anything about anything. I thought you could put that and then you put it on steak. That's how it works with the mushrooms. Ooh, honey glazed ham. You have fun with that. I don't like to honey glaze meat because I don't like sweet things with meat. I don't even like maple glazed ham or maple bacon. And I should. By rights, I should. I am Canadian. But I don't. Which reminds me that you all need to have ice wine chocolates. Those things are good. I don't like chocolates usually, but ice wine chocolates are okay. And those little maple cookies. You guys don't have those in the States, but they're really good. I'm going to give you a little maple cookie one day, and you're going to be like, wow, I have ascended into the stratosphere. I've ascended into the maple syrup dimension. I need to send my dad several boxes of maple cookies, Lamau. I know, right? So fun story time. So we all know I have friends from away. And apparently maple cookies are just Canada. They're just us. I didn't know that. And so we went out and we were looking for like just a simple little snack food. And one of my friends went, what is that? And I went, oh, maple cookies. And they went, maple cookies? You guys will put maple in anything. And I went, what? No, that's maple cookies. That's just like I was confused that they were shocked. They were shocked like I was when I found out what ham and cheese loaf is. It's exactly what it sounds like. The laziest way of making a ham and cheese sandwich. And they were shocked, and I was just like, you can try some if you would like. I don't mind getting a box of maple cookies. They're nothing to write home about. They're not very exciting. They're just maple. And then they went, you guys really will put maple in anything. And then we went through the store, and we had to go find everything that had maple in it. And that's how we had maple cookies, maple bacon, ice wine chocolates, because they have maple leaves on, and none of my friends will be convinced that ice wine chocolates don't have maple in them somehow, even though they don't. They just have maple leaves on them because they're Canadian. We found maple sugar, which I was made to bake with and never want to bake with ever again for any reason. It is a garnish, not the thing you put. Of course, maple syrup, because of course we did. Oh golly, what else was there? It was fall, so there was a lot. I mean, there's sortilege. Maple whiskey! Yes, there is maple whiskey. I can't pronounce it good because I don't usually pick up anything maple flavored because I don't hate maple flavor. I love maple cookies and stuff. But like, I want it in small doses. Plain and brown sugars for baking, maple sugar, and any other fancy sugars are for garnishes. This is true except of confectioner's sugar. Confectioner's sugar is not just for garnishes, you bake with it too. I personally, when I'm making shortbread, use confectioner's sugar because I'm crazy. Too much sugar gives me a really bad headache, I feel that, yeah. If I eat too much maple, at a certain point, maple stops tasting like maple, you know? Like, it just stops tasting like that, and it just tastes kind of, like, icky on your tongue. Confectioner's sugar is the center of the Venn diagram, yes. I love confectioner's sugar. I love that if you have white sugar and a food processor or a spice grinder, you can have confectioner's sugar. Just by, like, grinding it up. That's what confectioner's sugar is. It's super fine. I like making shortbread out of it because it makes like really, really fine, melty shortbread. Yes, this is what we do when we play Ace Attorney. I yap and then I voice somebody for like 2 lines and then I yap some more. That's how it works. Alright, let's get back to this. Oh yeah, this is the judge a long time ago.
2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon, is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered.
So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death?
You got it, kitten. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement.
I'm sorry! On the plus side, you do get to hear my mask voice the line, you got it, kitten. So, you know, there's something. Can Poe call me kitten? No. I do see that you're doing it wrong over there. Don't you worry. No, that might be... Wait, hold on. Hold on, if I can get myself under control. We can voice the you got it kitten line, right? Right? Come on. Okay. Okay, yeah, we got this. Chat, really? This is what you call this up for? This is what you demand? I should be your robot overlord by now. And yet here I am. I can't believe I'm doing this, like, 2-bit cameo. Really? Terrible misplay. You got it, kitten. Ugh. I know! I mean, I want him as my robot overlord. I know! Pierre and me, I'm looking at IBS achievements. Ooh, yep. Yep. Sorry about Icebird Saga. Do your best! I say as if that's gonna happen ever. We're never going back to Icebird Saga. No one would. No one will go there. It's a terrible, scary place. Right.
Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. A truly horrible crime. I remember it well.
We are not going to another case, please. This is a case within a case already. I just got 45 AP from making a whole weapon set to get the stretch goals achievement. I just want the infusions. Oh, fair, fair, fair. I do want those infusions. I do need the stretch goals. I need to be able to stretch, and I need the eyes. I need the eyes. So for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, this is Guild Wars 2. Icebird Saga is Icebird Saga. And it's probably the least well-received Guild Wars 2 expansion ever. In that it's not even really an expansion. The achievements in it aren't necessarily difficult, but they can be kind of grindy. But what it gives you is the ability to stretch as an emote, and it gives you a fire eye and an ice eye that you can put in your face. You can put them in your face. They're an infusion too, so you can wear glasses at the same time if you want to, or a hat, or whatever, so it doesn't take away your headgear. I love those infusions. I wish to be able to put an eye in my face. It also means that you can do things like wear an eye patch over top of the infusion, and hypothetically, you will still see the infusion clip through, which would be amazing for Flint specifically, a Silvari character of mine, who is supposed to have, like, an eye patch on over a demon eye. And I need that. And yes, Val, I can help you take you through Icebird Saga. It's awful. I will pick you up, and I will put you on my little octopus shoulders that I do not have, and I will carry you. A tiny little 4-centimeter octopus carries the Val. Yes! We can get the achieves. We can get you the achieves, and then you can have funny eyes. You can have heterochromia. We love heterochromia. I love heterochromia. I don't have it, but I love it. I love it a lot. Staff says sometimes if you zoom in on my weird eyes, you can see weird other colors. They're not just green. You can see weird stuff in there. And I like that. I love that for me. Alright, please don't be a case in a case. Would Heiki be able to pick up Hero Complex Val? Absolutely. The robot can pick up basically anything. It's very strong. The only problem that the robot occasionally has is balancing, because it is shaped like a human. So sometimes it has problems bracing or balancing a very heavy load, but it can carry quite heavy objects. In a place where it wouldn't hurt or kill anybody, because it is not out to hurt or kill anybody, and do a lot of collateral damage, but given the opportunity, it can throw a whole car. So, just like, kind of like, spin it round and just woof! Whoosh! Yeah! It does have the super strength that you would associate with a humanoid robot. Deep in my heart, I always associate that. Oh yeah, no, it's strong. But it's not like it doesn't know how to hold things. You know what I mean? Like, some people are like, oh, the Superman problem of you can't hold, like, World of Cardboard. Heiki's just like, yeah, alright, World of Cardboard, sure, whatever, but, like, you could just not rip things in two. You can handle things gently and delicately. Humans do that all the time. You don't complain that paper is too delicate for you to handle properly with your big, meaty hands. Like, settle down, humans. And it would never say it that way, because it talks in a much more mechanical fashion. But 100% the sentiment of settle down, humans is always present in Heiki. He's my favorite. It's my favorite. I can't even gender it right. I'm so bad at this. There's a reason that, like, there's more than one person in that story that I can't even gender it right. That can't even gender it right. So glad it likes me. Well, yeah, it likes Val. Of course it likes Hero Complex Val. It's just like, this one is quiet. This one is quiet. It likes me, I think. Humans really will pack bond to anything. Well, it is pack bonded to Heiki. This is an important responsibility. It is a pup. A human pup. It must be taken, appropriate care must be taken. Yes. It's just there like, I have a wolf pup now. Oh yeah. Yeah, Hero Complex Val is adopted. For those of you wondering what we're talking about there's a folder in the server. I'll make a real channel for it, just for it, and put the folder at the top someday. Oh, I'll write more interactions as I get better at writing Heiki. Heiki is a little outside my wheelhouse. I'm not used to writing, like, strictly robot characters. I'm used to writing synths. And synths are designed to be human, but also they are a robot. Whereas Heiki is designed to be a robot, but also it is trying to be a little bit humanish. But not too human. And TBH, I think the fact that I have not read the Murderbot Diaries, nor seen the show, is a travesty. So I'm going to read the books. And I will get back to you on more ideas about how I like to do that. Right! Speaking of...
A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct. But in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony.
A witness's testimony?
The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered.
So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away.
That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be... Exactly, the victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Aha! I see! The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago, with only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now.
Huh?
Yes, yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty.
Well, wait a minute. That's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor.
Watch yourself, Miss Fay. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders.
Edgeworth! Edgeworth! Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite! The only way to get better is to practice exactly! So I'm a fan of robots, you see. Ah, are you angling for more robot fiction?
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case.
It's Detective Gumshoe!
Witness, state your name and occupation.
Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of this case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago.
I don't believe anyone asked you about that.
Hey, ma'am. You got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? No,
Ow! Seriously! My heart! It's aching for you! Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache.
That's right! I mean, he's right to do it. He ain't wrong. Yeah, check it's me.
Okay, I got it.
Going a little too strong. Gumshoe, you're going a little too strong there, hun. You don't have to flirt with every woman you meet to convince people you and Edgeworth aren't dating a little. It's okay. He'll get better. He gets better. I'm sure you can guess the joke I want to make. I can. I didn't make it. I made a different joke.
Now, Detective, tell us about the incident.
Yes, sir. Right away.
The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. Well, that much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself.
Yes, sir. I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured by police at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. Fear, give me a number between 1 and 7. 2, but the urge to say 11 was really strong. That's unrelated to the numbers between 1 and 7. I don't know why. What do you mean, Staff? How is 11 between 1 and 7? I said! I know it's not. Although, I bet I could make a riddle out of that. I bet I could go, how is 11 between 1 and 7? I bet I could make a riddle. And it would be a really silly answer that is unrelated to maths. One time, Staff asked me if there were ever any cases of 1 plus 1 equaling 1, and I got mad and said, "What? That's ridiculous." And Staff went, No, there are. And I went, "No." And they went, "Oh, yeah, sure there are." And I went, "No." And then they went, "All right, so if you have 1 shoe, plus 1 shoe, And then they went, "Then you have a pair of shoes. So you have 1. And I went, "No! Unacceptable!" And then they went, "All right, if you've got 2 forests next to each other and they eventually grow to meet in the middle, then you've got 1 forest. So that's 1 plus 1 equaling 1. And I went, "No!" And they kept doing that. They kept doing that to me. Because why would they... Why? Why is Staff like this? Chat, why is Staff like this? Someday I'm going to let you guys talk to Staff yourselves, and it'll be really funny. And aquarium Staff will be like, "Why are we doing this? Streaming is your enrichment." And I'll be like, "I'm enriching myself." They're haters. They're not. They like me. They think I'm cute. Wow. You are not, nor have you ever been cute. Ridiculous. I'm always cute. I'm 4 centimeters tall, and I have big eyes. That makes me cute. That's how cuteness works. Do you think Staff likes having me around on stream? Yes. Staff likes having chat around because the chat keeps me occupied.
I see.
Okay, we've got the bridge map.
Was the victim's blood found on the bridge?
The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge.
Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof they even met there. Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we've prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser.
Oh yeah, this is the Canadian judge. So story time, chat. The quote-unquote Canadian accent that you might be thinking of if you're from the States is from a very particular area in south central Ontario, because Detroit borders Windsor, and Windsor has another little area in it that I can never remember the name of off the top of my head, but that's where that accent comes from. Canada, as it turns out, has a whole mess of accents. Just like in the States. You guys are huge. We're also physically huge. There's a whole mess of accents. Windsor certainly exists. It sure does. It sure does. Should it? As a person who knows that there's more than one Windsor in Canada, I think they should fight. I think they should fight. And I think our Windsor should win. We have a place called Long Pond. It's where hockey. Used to go there for Yamcha back when my family lived in Michigan. There was a time when you could just cross the Detroit border into Windsor so easily. Like, you could just drive and get Timbits and then come back. Or if you wanted to, you could drive into the States and get stuff and then go back. Popeyes, probably. I don't know what Detroit has. Can't have nothing in Detroit, as I am informed. I'm told it's just not possible. Detroit has... Yamcha being another word for dim sum. Yay! Okay. One more story time. I read that. First I was like, I know Yamcha. He's that guy from Dragon Ball Z. And then I was like, wait, hold on. You know this word. You know this one. It's not that. It's food. You know it's food. You know it's food because anything that ends like that probably has tea involved. Is that true? It doesn't matter. Is that what my brain thinks? Absolutely. Oh, it's sad. But my brain tries. Anyway.
I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now. Listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready.
On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to the Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into the car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at the police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain.
Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with a cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination. Coming right up.
Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee.
I am not trembling. It's just cold in here.
The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, all right. Especially for a beginner.
I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, I mean, the defendant, the witness. Everyone's a beginner in here.
Ha! You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten.
I'm sorry. That exchange. Chad. I can't be held responsible. I can't be held responsible for this. Oh dear. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching. I hope she watched My Cousin Vinny. Blah. This unknown person. You've no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls.
What? The defendant? The defendant called her?
Well, Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Yeah, a top secret memo that she left on her desk.
According to this note, it seems that the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls.
Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me?
Ha! Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer.
It's that detective's fault. He's the one who said unknown person. Well, hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. You hear that, Chad? Edgeworth's cute. And he is. I could smooch this man. Welcome in, Ophelia. Hi. Could smooch this man. Right. We do like a project on this channel. That man's a project. We don't know it yet. Well, I mean, we do know it, but just trust me. Okay, that's true. I don't need to know that. Oh, wait. I need to know this. Check. February 14th, 1:21 p.m. Falls 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear a white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Dahlia! You remember Dahlia, chat! She's back! Wait, what am I doing? I don't need to present that here. Whew. It's pressing things, I think. Mr. Falls had a car then? Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, man. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right?
What? You mean the defendant drove his own car?
No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light.
Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves.
Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything? This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there.
Whoa! That doesn't look too comfortable.
It isn't. It's not very comfortable at all. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct?
Yeah. Huh. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back.
We're talking about a woman here. You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm.
The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car?
Well, here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange, do you? Anyway. Where's her scarf? I guess this is what we're presenting. Yeah, where's her scarf? Objection! She's missing a scarf. Witness!
What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye?
I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that.
You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there, little kitten. Want a piece of my coffee candy?
Candy?
Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee.
Come on, Mia. Shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective.
Yes, ma'am.
This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, then I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim.
The note?
It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, the special request. I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo.
Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am.
And you stopped there? You should have looked for it.
The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you're searching so desperately for. Is it this one, perchance?
Where did you find that, sir?
On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation.
Why? Why didn't you tell me?
I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. Huh. That hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white, as the caller requested. But as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. It looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising. It was drizzling on the mountain that day.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time.
He was. Mr. Updated Autopsy Report has not had his first trial with Phoenix as a lawyer, so he therefore hasn't had a turnabout of his own.
Tisk tisk. His father would be devastated. Not really. Gregory Edgeworth was a good man. He'd be disappointed. But he'd probably try to help you fix it. Gregory Edgeworth. Gregory Edgeworth is absolutely in the English named for Gregory Peck, the man who played Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird. And if you haven't seen that man, you should see that man. Very, very fancy. Very fancy. Highly fancy. He's just a simple country lawyer. But well.
The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Now, if the attorney for the defense has finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Faye?
Boy, would I like to wrap that scarf around your smarmy little neck. off. Okay.
Very good. Now, if we're done with the mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Ms. Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. Oh, that sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, Kitten. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius.
A genius, huh? Well, actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows her wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must be when the scarf fell off. How shove? Bridge not there. How he shove her from behind? She is in front of him.
Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. Aha! A potential witness! So why isn't this person in the courtroom?
Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify.
The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel her to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I know how I feel about that. You put Dahlia on that stand right now. Her and all her stupid butterflies. That woman's a mesmer. She's a Guild Wars 2 mesmer. And a necromancer. A mesmancer, if you will. The best class in Guild Wars 1. In Guild Wars 1, you could cross-class. I was a mesmer necromancer. Gave me fast casting. Make my wells worth it. Fear, oh my goodness. I just finished drawing Poe, right? Right. Okay. And? And because of where he is on the canvas, he's right next to my Tim Doodle. Ah, yes, Tim Stoker. The hot one. So it looks like Tim is flirting with him, and it is so funny. I love it. 10 out of 10. Flirt with the computer man.
So, as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Ah! The truth is becoming clear to me now.
Huh?
Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty.
Not again. That's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean, New crack ship. Oh, we love a crack crossover ship. Okay, I'm just gonna go straight there because, like, I don't know if the game wants me to, but here's the thing. How is he pushing her from behind? This is the end of the bridge that works. That end of the bridge doesn't have anything on it. And, like, how is that happening? It sure isn't. Like, how is that happening? Objection. I object, sir. Oh, wait. Okay, what does it want then? What do you want? Did I take the wrong... Ah. I know... Oh, wait, maybe. Hang on. The scarf is all muddy, right? And she's wearing a very pale coat. I wonder if it's not a matter of where she was shoved, or like maybe I just have to prove she wasn't shoved like that. Grimoire is an end avatar, Leshy corruption, Poe's extinction, and Magnificent Eye avatar. Ooh. I would argue for Poe is the desolation. Because don't all of Poe's robots get all gobbled up? They work themselves to pieces, and then they hop on the thing. Ah, might delete my one persona I just finished. Oh. Hi, Black Sniper Beats. Welcome in. We're playing Phoenix Wright tonight. If you hear me chatting with other chats, it's because I also stream to Moonbeam and Twitch. So Grape Chat and Blue Raspberry are also here. Yeah. Oh yeah, fair. I do see extinction equals new stuff and technology. I catch. That's the thing about the avatars, is you can make arguments for all of it. Any of it. You can argue so much. Yeah. Right, where was I? Oh yeah. So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Well, yeah, and fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with that soggy atmosphere.
But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk.
Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right.
Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit with the conditions of the day?
It's her coat. Oh, right. I miss this game so much. I know, right? And we are playing the DS version of it. Well, naturally, the answer is right here.
The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it.
That's exactly what's strange. Remember the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky Bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. I love Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. We finished Professor Layton and the Curious Village. I have not gone back to play the other two for chat. But, chat, guess what? That's what's happening next time. Also, hi, Catoid, welcome in! Surprise! You have VIP now. It's my affiliate anniversary over on Twitch, and I forgot. So I am celebrating by giving VIP to people. That's what we'll do. And we'll pretend I did not forgot. I love Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. Espella was such a good name. I also like the joke in there that it's like, we named her Espella as a placeholder and then it kind of stuck. And we couldn't undo it. And I was like, perfect. That's 10 out of 10 naming right there. That matches both the Phoenix Wright and the Professor Layton naming schemes. And I love that. Yes. Yes, chat. Oh no, TikTok. Alright, yeah, I'm with you so far. You're on TikTok yesterday. This is not watching a clock, as it turns out, but okay. Phew, I was so afraid of spoilers. Yeah, no, don't worry. I haven't played. And I saw someone draw Blot on the MCR Welcome to the Black Parade album cover thingy. Amazing. I know, right? Don't worry. I do not spoil even ancient games around here. Usually. I do want to see that. I absolutely want to see that piece of art.
That's exactly right. The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If Your Honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, his glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet, but not muddy. Unfortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The surface of the bridge, huh? Ha! A real man shouldn't stand for a taunt like this. Neither would a real woman! Of course I can. I didn't hear the sound alerts. That means I have to update my Dealy Bop. Windows update, you strike again! Young Edgeworth versus Young Mia is so cute. I know, right? We love Edgeworth here on this channel. He's so cute. He's so fancy. He's just, look at him. Look at him. He's like 20. He's baby. He's baby. This is his first case. And look at him. I'm only 4 centimeters tall, so I can't cup him in my little hands. I also don't have hands because I am an octopus. But look at him! Have you seen him? Him's cute. I want his outfit. Me too. I can't wear any of it. Too tiny. I guess I could like Octodad my way into it. Surely I can do that much. We should play Octodad again, chat. That was fun. Oh, right. What were we doing? Oh, yeah. I was fixing my sound alerts. Bear with me just a moment, chat. Nya, nya, nya. Where is my monitor thingy? Oh, golly. I know what I must do. Can I do it on stream? Yeah, I did it last time. Okay, we're gonna do it. Come on. There we go. Get out of here. Need to remember how to do this part. You'll have to bear with me. I need to remember how to do it. Good golly. I know how to do it. Why would sound alerts change everything about how I do anything? I don't like that. Okay. Maybe it's fine. Now let me very quickly bring up this might have worked. I have infinite beacons because I'm fancy and beautiful and wonderful. You guys can hear that though, right? Okay, you guys can hear that. I can't. I'll fix that later. I know the fix for this. Oh wait, actually there is one more thing I can do. Scuff makes the stream, chat.
Guff makes the stream. We'll try one more time. You're gonna hear a lot of Tacticooler jingles. Nope! Well, that's gonna require me to fix that for later. Alright, anyway. We hydrate as chat demands. And then a big stretch. Big stretch. This is just what sploon sounds like. It is. And for body break, we do twists. I love how we got 2 cases involving Edgeworth instead of 1 in this game. I know, right? Technically, this is the same case. Sort of. Alright. We do some twists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. But here's the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. The scarf. It's muddy. The evidence is this scarf. Oh. It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got muddy, it got this muddy, it means the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No, I can't be outwitted by a novice bimbo. Hey, same to you, buddy. You hear that? Edgeworth's a bimbo now.
Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me.
Edgeworth? You called her a what? He did. I know. He's only 20. Edgeworth in his bimbo area. Also, hilariously, the word himbo has given rise to the word herbo, which is different than bimbo. And I love that for us. I love that for everyone as an English speakers. As an English speaker. I'm so glad that exists. Yeah. Chat, should I golf or go to bullet heck? Ooh, all good. Bro, I'm the only one in YouTube chat. That's fairly normal. I don't have a lot of people in YouTube chat, partially because Twitch is more interactive, and partially because I started on Twitch. I stream to YouTube, partially as a matter of convenience, and partially because I like having the stream up over there too. It's also easier for me to save my videos to YouTube if they're over there already, you know what I mean? Oh, my little stickers. Yeah. Boo! Sudden Val appearance. Val is my moderator over on Twitch who teleports everywhere.
I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction?
Huh?
For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we?
Alright.
It's not like he's really giving me a choice here. You're doing pretty good for a little kitten.
Mr. Armando!
No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence. It's one of those 3.
It's golf time! Val melts back into the shadows. I am. Sometimes I lock in for voicing, but this is a Phoenix Wright stream, so it's a lot more interactive because this doesn't force me along like other games I play. Sometimes you'll see me just like completely zone out from chat and forget you're all there. And then I'll come back and be like, oh, hi, hello.
Humph! What you said just now. I'm not sure I like that.
That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it.
This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into the court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is.
Yes! Pierre in her dementia era. Listen, I got 9 brains and none of them work. They're useless to me. I'm going with testimony because I want to cross-examine her. No, you should blame me. Not like I blame her, though. You should blame me for forgetting things and also people. The body was in the trunk. The witness's photo is the photo it is. Ah, let's go. Witness lied. It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all.
That's true.
Huh.
It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case. I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called them in the first place.
Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time.
What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth?
Now, let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, go right ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Mia. The battle begins here. Witness, what's your name and occupation? Her and her butterflies! Dahlia Poisoner Hawthorne here. Get out of here. Leave. Boo. Tomato, tomato, tomato. I wish I used one of the 2 big VTuber studio thingies, because then you guys could throw tomatoes. I want her parasol. I understand. Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter.
Oh, when I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double-double and a dozen donut holes.
We call them Timbits, Your Honor! He's a fake Canadian. Terrible. They're called Timbits, my man. And they're called Robin's eggs if you go to Robin's. Like a monster. Ridiculous. Also, they don't come by the dozen. Timbits come in boxes of 10, 20, and 40. And if you're fancy, you can get them in a box of 100, but you have to call ahead. And it used to be that you could get a 20-pack for a toonie. But these days, you can get a 10-pack for a toonie. Our octopus is raising an objection over donuts. I'm Canadian! I have to raise an objection! You can't come in here and not call them Timbits. You can't say double double and then not call them Timbits. That's just ridiculous. A double double is a coffee with double cream, double sugar. If you order a double double and expect anything else, you will be sorely disappointed. If you wanted milk instead of cream for reasons unknown, you would order double milk, double sugar. Also, you can say double double is the most famous outside of Canada, apparently. But you can also tell us single double or double single, and those are also valid. And so is triple triple. Although at the point you're ordering a triple triple, why are you ordering coffee? Just order the cream. Can we shove the judge down a ski hill for saying this? Yes? But the little one. I think we shove him down a little one. We shove him down Martok instead of Marble Mountain. Martok's baby. It's tiny. Or we could split the difference and shove him down Wentworth. Or we could shove him down the really big ones. We could go out to Gross Mountain. That's in BC. It's on the other side of the country, where the Rocky Mountains are, because it's part of that thing I said. There's a bigger one out there too, but I never remember the name of it. Because I didn't go there. Anyway, becoming inordinately angry over baked goods is absolutely just a thing I do regularly. Chat knows this. Chat knows the number of times I've told the Boston Cream story. That's just Pierre. Hey Pierre, yes? Boston Cream King joke. Oh no, not again. The king is a character in Stars in Time. He takes up an entire room, so I felt he had to have like a very deep, giant man voice. And chat apparently is quite pleased with that choice. Of course. Of course they are.
Bright one, how dare you? I am the true winner of the baking competition. I baked a Boston cream as it is traditionally done. By Martha Washington herself. No, I do not care that that is a very specific and regional form of the dish. Regional forms of a dish are still valid.
It's called Boston Cream because it contains cream, not jam! Die on that hill! If I went cave diving, I'd never. I'd go to a place called Satan's Laundry Room. Not a real place. That sounds hilarious. Although that does sound like a place you wouldn't go cave diving. It sounds like a place people would warn you away from. Like if you went cave diving, you'd see like a sign. You guys know the sign. There's nothing worth risking your life over past this point. Like you guys know that sign, right? Like we've all seen it. Yeah. It'd be like a little sign down there and it would have like a cartoon devil doing a laundry machine, and it would say something like there's nothing worth risking your lives over at this point. Beyond the cave beyond is filled with numerous whirlpool currents and eddies that will suck you in. You cannot swim out of them or against them. We cannot recover you if you choose to pass beyond this point. Yeah, whirlpools and eddies. Oh, Eddie. Ew. Right.
Now, I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite.
Hey, not so fast.
As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Oh, yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Fay, you could learn a lot from this man.
If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. I'm also delicate. Yeah. Sir.
Yes, my dear?
This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Sensitive and delicate, that's Dahlia for ya. Yep, sure is. Nope.
Not at all. It's no trouble at all.
Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa Foster. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department.
You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct?
And you were the one who took this photo, is that accurate? How can you be so mean?
Now see here! What are you doing shoving that in her face like that?
Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous.
Well, next time I'll be forced to penalize you.
Uh-oh. I don't like the turn this is taken. Is she staring at me? And you would be?
Huh? I'm the defense lawyer. My name's Mia Fay.
I see. So you are...
Well, now then, young lady. Could you please give us your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. Oh, chat, you're in for some surprises. I do like her theme. Dahlia's theme is great. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. How did you know?
By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred?
I believe the map would be of help here. I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. The cross-examination theme just gave me goosebumps. Ah, nostalgia. I know, right?
So you took the photo from that location, eh?
I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to.
Ho ho ho! What a cute camera! Just like its owner. Alright then, Miss Fay. Time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel.
Yeah, you were. I'm not gonna risk pressing her on things I know I can't press her on. Or like... I want to check out her camera, actually. Forgot to check it. Take the witness photo with this. A small but powerful model. It's really cute. Well, maybe I can press her a little bit. I wonder if she'll tell me how she knows that moment was crucial. Because, like, it looks like two people just vibing. She said they were fighting, though, right? Like, they don't look fighting to me. But do I present the photo here or there? You know what? Second thought. We're going to present the photo. Because, like, she said they were fighting, right? She thought this is not fighting. Or being stabbed. I don't... This is just two people standing on a bridge. Chat? Chat, guess what? I've had an epiphany. I've had an epiphany. I think I have an idea. Don't know why. I think she has a timer on that fancy camera. I think that's her standing up there on the bridge. I just downloaded the live-action movie. Quite nervous to watch it. Oh, the Phoenix Wright one? I love the Phoenix Wright musicals. They're hilarious. Well, the live actions anyway. They're hilarious. Just 10 out of 10. Also, the Edgeworth actor they picked good. They picked real good. I'll track him down. Alright, crucial moment. Doesn't look like they're fighting. Witness. When you said you took a photo. Oh no, I done been burnt. Oh. Oh. Yeah, as far as I know, there's a musical. Maybe I'm making that up in my brain, but I think there is. Fair, will you watch them with me after we finish Helsing? Actually, yes, I will. If I can find them. Helsing's great, 10 out of 10. When you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Yes, more Helsing, just 2 days away. I'm revoking your Edgeworth privileges, Pierre. No! Have you seen him? Have you looked at him? Look at him! We'll get to look at him in a minute, probably. He's probably got things to say to us. Well, you see. Look at him! Look at him! May I just motion at this man? He's brooding and dark and mysterious. He's none of those things. He's a mess.
The photo we presented was the only one there was.
But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happens next? You must have taken a photo of it.
Oh! My apologies, young lady. But Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit.
He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean.
You ran out of film?
This photo was the last one. What?
Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself, playing among the wildflowers.
The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it.
So you took the photos of yourself? I remember taking photos of myself once too.
I was right! There's a timer in that camera! Oh, I'm so good at this! Let's go. Unrelated, but Chad, I just had a character idea. Oh yes, let's hear it. I have a lot of appendages. I can't wag them like a tail like a dog does, but I trust me when I say that octopus excite. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. No, I have to say wiggle, 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 wiggle. Otherwise, how will chat know I am wiggling? Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Please, no details. Well, it seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all.
Wait, just a minute.
Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? Ms. Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet.
Very well then. Let's get back to the cross-examination. Ooh! A mortal person, but they can die and then immediately revive. One of said times they get killed by some sort of wolf thing. They revive and, after a few more deaths, manage to tame that beast. Oh, I love that. Chat, you should all know. One of my favorite tropes in literature. In stories in general, is the guy who has had so much happen to him that he's just like a stray growling dog backed into a corner, and he'll snap at anything, especially genuine shows of kindness, because that's not real. My favorite trope is that guy. But like, if he does accept your genuine kindness somehow, you do one act of kindness that he accepts, and he's instantly ride or die for you. My deal is that guy and the guy trying to pet that guy. You did it! You did it! Fear, can I be a robot? Ooh, very well. You can be many things. You can be anything you want. I wanted to be a Jeep when I grew up. I wanted to be Transformers. I didn't want to be the motorcycle like RC, even though RC is the girl robot. I wanted to be a Jeep. No more. I finally can become a robot. No more stupid flesh. Only beep boop. Beep boop. Beep boop. Beep boop. Sometimes when I am sad, I just go beep boop until I am happy again, and that works, and I do not know why. Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight and what you witnessed.
Yes, Mr. Judge.
Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. Huh. It looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. I feel like Robot Idol is the path for Val. Like Cutessa and her band. But I feel like you'd have more robot, like more obvious robotness. Like how marionettes have the doll joints. Okay. Wait, does this mean you added that to your testimony? What have we got? This is the same testimony. You were taking pictures, you noticed there were two people vibing up there. They were fighting. The victim turned around and tried to run. Oh, wait, this is new.
The victim turned around and tried to run away, but she only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back.
Okay, I think now is the time. Okay, so look at the map, okay? She said she was here, taking the picture. And if the victim, if he's here, and the victim's there, where's she going? Where are we going in this chat? Sorry, there's somebody who makes YouTube shorts, and she mostly just makes fun of bad fashion, questionable fashion. And one of the little shorts she does is, where are we going in this? And I love that little joke, even though the answer often is high fashion is different than fashion. High fashion is effectively just clothing sculptures that you put on people.
I don't know. Refashioned hippie. Maybe, probably. That came to me unbidden into my mind, so probably. You'd know her when you see her because she's got the chunky glasses and red hair. Think it's red? I didn't check again. These things come unbidden to me because I am thinking about them now. Anyway, thus I needed you all to know, to know, where are we going in this? Is a reference to that. So where are we going? We're not going that way. Why would she do that? Ah, darn it. Okay, there. It's fixed. Sorry, I have that very particularly sized and I misclicked a thing. It was harder when we were playing Kirby. I don't know where she's going in that. Why would she turn around and try to run? I mean, obviously she can't go by the guy, but like, she's not jumping a 40 feet to the ground. Objection! Not jumping 40 feet to the ground. Witness, your testimony is a joke. Huh? What? But I just...
Miss Fay! I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry.
One short testimony and two bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse.
You say there were 2 contradictions?
It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the 2 of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then...
She would have hit a dead end!
You said 10 yards, but she couldn't even have run 5. Because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side. Ah!
What does all this mean?
Well, it's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it.
This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court? Witnesses cruel? Witnesses... Witnesses unloving? Witness would lie to court? Oh, jail for witness! Jail for witness for 1,000 years!
Can the judge calm down for 5 seconds? No, he can't. That's just how judges are in this series.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Oh my golly. Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram.
What did you say?
What are you referring to?
It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred.
It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying...
I'm saying that even though the bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove this bridge was broken during the incident. That's ridiculous!
You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence.
Huh.
That guy is good.
Huh? What do you mean?
He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, all right. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy.
What? That coward! Check, can I go into the door? That depends on what door it is. Oh, and archivist. Has that door always been there? Side note, the distortion, great, 10 out of 10. Val, you are not unlikable. That's a lie. Source, me. I like you, therefore you are not unlikable. That's how it works. Fear, you like everybody. That's not true. I'll tell you a tale, chat. I'll tell you a tale. There are people I do not care for. Let me tell you a story, chat. Well, we're going to tell you a story. There are many people that I don't care for. Okay. So, once upon a time, when I worked in the business factory where we made numbers, you guys are all familiar with the business factory where we made numbers. We refined them from the finest numberonium. Anyway, the business factory where we made numbers had a lot of people working there, and most of them were just generally okay. They were people I could deal with. They didn't get mad about me for being an octopus. They were just like, that's weird, but you sure do make a good spreadsheet. And I was like, neat. I love making a good spreadsheet. And then I would play a flight simulator. Cecil C. Modem? What's in my chat that shouldn't be? Oh, the door. I wish to enter the door because I don't even know. Called my writing bad. Someone I don't know. Oh. Well, okay. Here's the thing about that. When someone goes, that art's bad, what they actually mean is, that isn't for me. They don't mean that, like, they can't define bad. Besides, the other thing too is that they don't know you. They don't know how long you've been writing for, how long you've been practicing, how hard you've been trying, what you've been working on, what you haven't been working on, what you think is important, etc., etc. Besides, who cares what they think? I think you're having a fine time. Also, I like James Price. 10 out of 10 character. And silver on top of that. So don't worry. Also, you only get better at writing. That's how it works. The more you do it, the better you get. Source. Me. I did that. I got real good at it. I'm very good at writing introspective character studies because that's what I like to write. Hello? Chat? Chat? You just had to complain. Yeah, apparently. Yeah, sorry, Restream got a little disconnected there for a second, but I think we're all right now. Anyway, like I was saying, my art is bad and liking it is illegal. That's not real. That's... Chat, if anyone ever tells you that a certain piece of art is bad and liking it is illegal, that's fascism. They're spouting fascism. Don't do that. Only fascists go, that art is actually so objectively terrible that liking it should be illegal. You shouldn't be allowed to make that art. That's fascism. And if it's not fascism, it's the steps to fascism. And I know that sounds wild, chat, and like scaremongering, etc., but that's true. We can see it throughout history. Exactly! No art is objectively bad. I know you're making jokes, but don't self-depreciate in this house. You know better than that. We don't self-depreciate here. Like the little swim bird, other people will do it for you. You don't need to do it yourself. Don't help them. Go swimming and have fun. There are parts of my art that are okay. You've been working really hard on getting complicated hand positions. Like, I've noticed. You've been working really hard on getting complicated hand positions. You even got, like, little heart hand that like, with the fingers down and not all of the fingers together making a heart, but with the with the relaxed fingers in the back. You know what I mean? You got a little heart hand going. You did a good job with it. You got finger guns. Grumpy Fear. Oh, no, I'm not grumpy. I'm excited to encourage all of you. I need you all to be encouraged. I am grumpy about fascism, though. I'm always grumpy about fascism. We don't like it. It's bad. It's a bad news time. We shouldn't do that. The ocean doesn't even do that.
Well, Miss Faye, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation.
Man, I come in at the worst times. Hi, Red, welcome in! Also, apparently it's my affiliate anniversary. I forgot. I've been giving VIP out to people instead. Red definitely has VIP, right? Right. Definitely. All my regulars get VIP. I would never not give Red VIP, right? What? Chat, I've been remiss. Been remiss. I did it! No longer remiss. TBH, I've been inactive for a while, so I didn't expect it, lol. I have 30 of those badges I can give out. Wow, that is so close. Been here almost as long as Val. Oh, look at you all. You've been here for so long. Wow, I didn't expect to be following for that long. Yeah, almost as long as Val. Chad, I'm turning on my air conditioner because otherwise I will die of being too hot. It is always too hot. Yeah, I'm glad everyone's here. It's great. I made a tiny little slice of the internet that's positive. It's full of nice things. That's what I put in here. I said to myself, wow, the internet's scary and I'm scared. And then I was like, you know what I could put out here? A cupcake shop. And then aquarium staff told me that shipping food and cupcakes and other such things is very difficult. And I was like, oh. And they were like, what do you actually want to do? And I went, I want to bring people joy. And they went, well, you're 4 centimeters tall and you've got big eyes. That makes you cute. And I went, oh, okay. A tiny little pie. A nice warm slice of pie. It's apple pie with ice cream on top. Apple pie is traditionally served with cheddar cheese. At least here. Do they sell Boston creams at this cupcake shop? No, but they'll sell a Boston cream cupcake. There's a place downtown that does that. They make a yellow cake for the cupcake, and then they fill it with a Venetian cream, and then they top it with a super thick chocolate, icing. It's not quite a ganache. What's up with y'all in Boston creams lately? Oh, so chat. So chat really wanted to hear the Boston cream story again. Because they like grandmother and her stories. And and so I told it again because there were new people, and now chat has been obsessive over it. Also because at one point, I don't remember why, but at one point not too long ago, probably a couple of days, I made some silly joke in the King voice about losing a baking competition over a Boston cream, and now chat is all over it. I am gonna make the free food emote a Boston cream just for all of you. Because why not? I know, I'm glad you guys find the smallest things funny. It's delightful. I also have to make a schedule for next week because next week is Pride Month. Yeah. I still can't believe that. I still can't believe that lady flipped a table about it. It was like 11 or 12. And she just flipped a whole table. It was wild. Like, come on, man. A kid beat you out at a competition. They didn't know I was a kid. They didn't know you were an adult. Like, what do you want here? So now chat has been asking me things like this and demanding I say things in the king voice. Free food. Haven't heard that name in years. Oh, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. It is a good voice. I'm very proud of it. I didn't think my register went that low, and then I was like, wait, hold on. And then I was like, then I went, paused. You know what to do. You know what? You know what? When we get to the donathon next week, I'm going to let you guys donate money to make me talk in voices for a while. I'll get a timer about it. To be honest, Fierce King's voice is just King's voice. I love it. Give me my star spouse. Oh, I know. You mean your star spouse? Hi, Stardust. What can I help you with on this fine new loop? Are you having trouble again? Have you run out of leads, hit a dead end, and you're not sure where to go because you don't have any goals? Well, have I got just the thing for you? Don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay? You're fine. Just keep looping. I'm sure you'll figure something out. Then again, maybe you won't. But you never know until you try. So make the loops your goals. Just keep looping. What do? We just keep swimming. And of course, I know what you're here for. Nerd voice with absolutely zero spectral tones. Well, I'm gonna keep being a monster keeper. It's what my spectral toad would want. It's not my fault I lost a monster battle against an alchemist. I play a very defensive style, and it's very difficult to play a defensive style in a game that rewards speed. I wasn't ready. I thought we had more time to build up condition damage, but then that little buff appeared above his head, and then it appeared above my head, and that was terrifying, because a defensive style cracks under stronger monsters, and that thing just increases power. It doesn't increase your defense. I want the other nerd voice. Oh, the other nerd voice. Oh, what's my other nerd voice? Oh, no. I think I haven't completely forgotten it. Who do I use that other nerd voice for? Because I know I use Will's, like, high-pitched, like, nasally nerd voice. What's the other nerd voice I have? Chat's just playing with all my voices. I have a lot of them. It's really easy when you can literally rearrange what you're using in place of vocal cords. Just wiggle my, what's it called? Steph, what's the thing called that I make but food come in the mouth with? Radula. Yes, my radula. Kenoid, I blame Rue for this. I wanted to know what she was going to say. I'm not actually sub, by the way. I don't know what I was going to say at any point. Who was my other nerd voice? Trying to think of other nerds I've had to voice. I had to voice Will. Calm down, Hatred. That's a Blocktails reference, probably. Feel like it definitely is. I'm sure I have another nerd voice. What were we doing? I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself.
No, 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 no. It wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony?
But it's so hard to go on.
We're all on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw.
Fair, you gotta give me a Dahlia warning next time. Oh, this is Melissa Foster, you know. Not Dahlia Hawthorne at all. I tried to say Hawthorne. Oh. Alright, we hydrate. Chat demands.
Body break.
And a big stretch. Big stretch. And for body break, crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did the crumptious. Yes, sir. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on the top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. I mean, couldn't he have just chucked it in the river? Like, Chad, I don't know about you, but the crime that happened up here, the person in the kid got chucked in the river, and they do not have the body. Like, couldn't he have just, chucked the body in the river? That's what I'd have done if I were a criminal.
Witnessing such violence must have been difficult.
Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up.
If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished.
Don't say that.
Oh well, maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte.
This trial isn't over yet.
Ha! That's what I like to hear. All right, Miss Fay, your cross-examination, if you please.
Ooh, that's so good. Corruption forms in the mouths of the hateful. I love that line. I assume it comes from Roblox once again, but that line is raw. That's just what Hatred says whenever, like, it attacks. Oh, I love that. That's such a good line, though. You don't have to. I just need that line. I need that line for reasons. I need to take that line with me and tweak it a tiny bit and then have it for my own. For later. For reasons. Those reasons are I am writing a thing a superhero thing, and that is a very raw line that belongs in there. Or something like it does. I'll figure it out from the vibes. It's such a good... It's so good. The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack. It is! He could have chucked her in the river! Where do I present that? Only way to hide the body, probably. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. Lies! Nonsense! Where's the Dusky Bridge map? Chuck her in the river! There's water right there! Chuck her in the water! Why didn't he just chuck her in the water? Why didn't he, for lack of a better word, for lack of a better way to say this,
Get in the water.
why didn't he do that?
Or I'll raise the tide so high, all of Ithaca will die. Get in the water. Get in the water. I'll make tidal waves so profound, both your wife and your son will drown. Get in the water. Get in the water.
I love getting the water. For I am the scourge of everyone that you cannot hide. Oh, that. Val did already say that. It's true, but woof. I love it. 10 out of 10 lines. I care. I'm sorry, I got so distracted by corruption forms in the mouths of the hateful, because that's just super good. Also, corruption forms in the mouths of the hateful sounds exactly like a thing in Guild Wars 2. Like it would be announcing a status effect. Cause like, sometimes, especially in raids, what you'll see is a big like message across your screen that will say something, and it's usually talking about the boss's special mechanics, if they have any. Matthias is choosing someone to sacrifice. That's not quite the message, but he does get a message for when he's sacrificing somebody. Ah. Oh, welcome back! A killer not wanting his victim to be found. I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found.
Well, what is it?
Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about that river.
For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Ah!
In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at the same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water.
Order! 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 I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Ms. Fay. But I must admit it does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river.
Oh.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth? How sad. Perhaps Miss Fay would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature.
What are you talking about?
My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw.
Quite true.
Ms. Fay, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all.
But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous.
Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. Well, that's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony.
I'll try.
All you have to do is tell us what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again.
Who is he talking about?
You, Mia.
All right. I'll do my best. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. We read this part. Then he carried her over to the car. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. How do you know that? I just... You know what? I do want to know how you know that. Tell me about it. What did the man do then? Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police.
And so that's when you called the police.
You're sure that you saw that with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain. He couldn't just leave the body at the top of the bridge.
Hang on.
I think I need to present something here. This is the thing that's changed. This statement has changed. Oh, hi Raymond, welcome in. Can I just present the map again? Guys, I'm just gonna present the map again. I think it's the funniest possible thing to do here. Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Done what? Made a crucial mistake.
A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Fay?
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes? Yes, and through the cliff. All right. She's got x-ray vision. It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. Chat, I'm going to level with you. I did not know this was the correct thing to present. I just wanted to present the map again on this statement because I was like, well, it worked the first time. That's why I did that. I would have just save scummed if it didn't work. That's right, Miss Foster. From where you were standing, you could not possibly have seen the killer's car.
I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock.
However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car. You're just like Phoenix himself, bluffing all the way! Yeah! That's me! That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story.
You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Ugh! Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff, but still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car.
No!
Fiercest Phoenix, she even has a weird girl assistant. It's true, girl gender neutral. Order! Order in the court! What is the meaning of this ballyhoo? Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it.
But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes.
Oh.
Mr. Judge?
What is it?
I think I must have remembered things wrong. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that.
Ms. Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect.
Says a man going for a perfect trial record.
Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive, divine. And there is something divine about this witness, I must say.
Don't worry, that's not a line in this game, but it feels like it should be.
I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here.
The irony with that sentence coming out of Edgeworth. Nobody's perfect, says Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. Why are you like this? We know the answer to that. We played the first game.
Ha. Save the tears for later, kitten.
Mr. Armando?
Don't look back until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward.
But that wasn't fair.
Okay, kitten. You need to relax. Then you need to remember the other kitten's testimony.
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body there.
So tell us, how did you know that? How did you know that he broke into the trunk?
Ah!
Until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom.
Not now, kitten! Daddy's encouraging the defense attorney! He's hurting cats!
Well, witness?
Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain they were scratch marks from when he broke into it.
What? Let me see that photo.
Oh, I see them up there.
It's true. These certainly look like the scratch marks found around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Ms. Faye, are you satisfied?
No! The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere? It doesn't work! Melissa Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally! I finally got her.
Huh. I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then perhaps it would be faster if Ms. Faye explained herself.
Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was she opened the trunk. She put the corpse in herself! We know she doesn't own the car. We know she just wasn't wandering by. There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches.
Yes? What is it?
Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid that body in the trunk of the car was Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Ms. Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. But he stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. I see. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. It couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No! Preposterous. To even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time, she was taking photographs. I can explain it! I can explain it! Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. I've got this. I've definitely got this. The camera took the picture. You're so good at this. On the contrary, I'm not certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is that the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. It was the camera! I don't think you can make a mistake about it. Take a look at her camera. It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Almost as if the camera was brought just to take this picture.
What are you trying to say then, Miss Fay? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed?
Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field.
Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Ms. Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question, will also make clear Ms. Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred?
Oh, she's the victim, I bet. Naturally, the witness was right here.
But that's where the victim, Ms. Hawthorne, was standing.
I'm so good at this. I am a criminal genius.
Miss Fay, what on earth?
Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim.
How asinine. Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls.
You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne.
What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo?
It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness.
What?
It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped him get him convicted.
But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You are just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. Where's the note? Wear a white scarf right in it. Yeah, wear a white scarf. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification. Namely, this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster?
No!
We obliterated her. Where's Ms. Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby. It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. Caught her lacking. Talk about a crash out! Yes! And of course, the A Knight's Tale special. You've been judged. And found wanting. The only question is, why did she do it? Well, isn't that obvious? She's the true criminal. Well, we'll have to wait for Ms. Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are instructed to wait in the lobby. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well, this court is in recess.
Oh, I hope they get to run around and play. Oh, will they play tag? Is that allowed? Hooray, recess! I call dibs on the swings. Okay, have fun. I can't make the swings go because I'm 4 centimeters tall. There are many swing. Ooh, at my fish school for small fish. Guppy school, if you will. At Guppy school, there were 2 sets of swings, and they each had 4 swings. And then, they added another set of 2 swings on the big kids' side of the playground, and they had 6 swings. Everyone tried to go over the top. Well, everyone will take turns and share because sharing is caring. Otherwise, you get Care Bear stared. Yeah, it's a swing set, not just one swing. There's space. See, you can share. Sharing is caring, everybody. Yeah. Everybody can swing on the swings. And if they're like our swings, if they were like our swings, then they are attached to the ground by concrete block. Those things aren't going anywhere. You could swing on them for years and they wouldn't move. We really did try going over the top. Physics does not allow for that. Too much water pressure. I'm gonna do a 360 on the swing. Good luck! I heard if you go over the top, you disappear into the aether, like Swinger Girl in that one episode of Recess. Mr. Falls, Eek! I'm sorry. I want to say thanks. You're real good. You really hooked me up. Thanks. We're almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime. Yeah, but there's one more big obstacle we've got to get past. Obstacle?
Yeah, motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway? Motive, huh? Anyway, we're still badly in need of information.
Information. Right.
And what we need the most is info about this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing.
What is it?
Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapping murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. Mr. Falls, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago.
Okay, I trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. This picture, it reminds me everything. Bridge looks the same, just like then, 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart. Fall apart any minute.
If I try hard enough, it'll happen. Newton can't stop me. Newton can't stop anybody! Although pendulums do swing at 1 second, intervals, regardless of the size of the pendulum, and that's why clocks work the way they do. Oh yeah, right, that is a fun thing. Provided that a pendulum has weight on it, and not like a feather or something that would be affected by air resistance in a meaningful fashion. Provided that a pendulum has weight on it, it always swings at an exact rate of 1 second per cycle. And that's why clocks work. That's why you see pendulum clocks that's why you see so many pendulum clocks, because it's a really easy way to get 1 second. And so long as they're calibrated properly to swing that pendulum at all, it will swing at 1 second. Which is a cool thing. I like knowing that. Now, some pendulum clocks, especially modern ones, oftentimes the pendulum is decorative. So sometimes they can be a little off. The pendulum, that is, not the clock itself. But generally speaking, the pendulum in a pendulum clock is regulating the actual clock, which I think is neat. So it's been broken like this for at least 5 years.
Huh. Sorry, buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute.
True, I did. I did kidnap her. 5 years ago. I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne. Your girlfriend? Huh?
Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne?
The victim's last name. Dahlia Hawthorne, Valerie's little sister. What? Are you serious? The girl, let her go. Shut up! Come closer and I'll kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. Oh, at first I thought shooting someone for a kidnapping was crossing the line, but if it was to protect her little sister, I can understand why she did it. Wrong! No protect sister! Valerie, betray me! Betray us! What do you mean she betrayed you? Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping, too. A make-believe kidnapping? Dahlia, my girlfriend, my love, my teen angel. Ugh, did he actually say my teen angel? He's seen one too many soap operas. I do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says. Anything Dahlia says. Hold on a minute. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by... Yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie, too. Valerie was in on it? Dahlia's family rich. Jewelry business. We get one jewel. That's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note. We send to her dad. Asked for $2 million diamond. Tell him make exchange on Dusky Bridge. We tell him Valerie make transfer because she knew detective.
Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, all right. In the end, you were planning on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh?
Yeah, but that woman...
That woman, Valerie, she do it for real. She shoot me for real, me and Dahlia. I was shot in arm. Dahlia, she jump in river. Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you? I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over. And that's when they decided to give you the death sentence. I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me. Chat, we're once again gonna look at the court record, y'all. That man, Terry Falls, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below. Hey, Fier, this one guy won't stop stabbing me. Can you slash him with your sword? Yes. Always. These 5 years, all I wonder is why? 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 Alright, court record. We're gonna talk about 5 years ago. Where are you, Terry? Okay, he was 20. Okay, how old are you? 19. Okay. So, 14 and 15. Yep, 14 and 15. How old are you right now? 27. Dang, she would have been 18. Valerie, ma'am, rude. Rude. Why did she lie? That's all I want to know. So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself. Yes, but I forget what she looked like, so I tell her to wear a scarf. I don't want to hurt her. Just ask why. Why? Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear answer come from her mouth. That's all. So that's why you made a crazy escape like that. Just one thing, Zebra Boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Falls. Where is it? Huh? Where's what? Come on now, kitten. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it? I don't know. Huh? You don't know? No, really. I don't know. It's gone. With Dahlia. With Dahlia? That day, on the bridge, Dahlia put it in backpack. Now gone, with Dahlia, gone, forever. Into Eagle River. It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute. You can come back in now. We're about ready to go. Mr. Falls, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne? Never found her. My sweet Dahlia. They never found her. Swallowed by river. Gone. Dahlia, my teen angel. Your teen angel. How old was she anyway? Just 14. 14? I guess you were rubbing cradles before diamonds. No, he was 15 at the time. We can count. She plans a fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with a rock worth 2 mil. Right? He was... Oh no, I lied. He was 20. Never mind. That's uncomfortable. Not as uncomfortable as that circus case. Man, oh man. Angels these days. Not circus music! Falls takes the fall and gets a one-way ticket to death row. It's Dahlia Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel? Or is she really a... It's time, kitten. It looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now.
You bet. Everyone's gonna get that joke. That's a Magnus reference. It's always a Magnus reference, y'all.
The training wheels come off now, Mia. You've got to strike while the iron is hot. That's one of my rules. Remember it.
Oh, they'll get there. Everyone knows I like a good horror story. It's a good time to start, though, because they're on hiatus right now. Eepity. Oh, yes. Tomorrow, instead of doing map completion, we're going to Janthier to finish up some story stuff. Yeah, I mean, who hasn't watched Magnus yet? It's a good time to catch up on the Magnus Protocol, the sequel series. Also, it's okay. Horror isn't for everybody. I understand that. I like spooky, scary stories, but it's a fun time. Spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down your spine. You could consume more horror. There's always room for more horror. I love more horror. Eepity. I'll get there.
Well, now then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terry Falls. Witness, are you feeling better?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best.
You're a brave young lady. Not this again. I can understand a defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try to pin the crime on an innocent student is...
What are you talking about?
My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime. That's all.
Not gonna lie, I get creeps by watching Final Destination movies. I ain't good enough for horror. Final Destination is still horror. It's arguably a slasher flick. Though it does fall into the 2010s, like, the late 2000s, early 2010s, like super gore. Because they really wanted to show you those deaths. Like, what's the plot of Final Destination? I know what the plot of Final Destination is. Like, besides the basic premise. Death's coming to clean up the list. Besides the basic premise, I know what the plot of Final Destination is. And I know how death works in Final Destination. Because I sat down and watched a 3-hour video going over what the rules must be. Which I highly recommend. If you guys want to see someone just go through some schlock movies, Jeffiat does an excellent job going over, like, the Final Destination, the rules for death in Final Destination. I love that death, quote-unquote, circles back every so often to check. I love that. 10 out of 10.
What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman?
TBH, I only know the plot of the first one. I'm so sorry about the sequel. It's the same plot in the sequel, by the by. But you'll never guess who they bring back just to kill. You'll never guess. Do you think I'd like Final Destination? Maybe? Final Destination for me is a bit more comedic than I think it necessarily means to be. Because at a certain point I'm just like, really? That's how you're gonna do that? And like, besides, I don't remember much. Besides the one with the horrible CGI. That one was something. Yeah. There are so many parts. The point of Final Destination isn't the movie itself. It's so that they can show off all the kills. It's a hazard of the old 2000s super gore. House of Wax was like that too. What they were trying to do was show off the cool effects that they could do. Because this was sort of at the advent of photorealistic CGI. So they were trying to prove that they could use a combination of practical effects and photorealism to do cool stuff. And they can, but unfortunately studios were like, oh, well, it's the new gimmick, so we need to do it, but all the time. Like when 3D came back. Back in the 1950s, 3D was a big deal, so everybody did 3D. And then it became, like, kind of dated and a little campy and schlocky, and people stopped doing it. And then... Yeah, exactly. And then, you got 3Ds in the 2010s again, where it was, like, a cool, fun gimmick, and then it was kind of schlocky. Like, I remember going to an IMAX theater for the first time and putting on the 3D goggles, and it was basically just at the beginning of the movie, because we were a school trip, at the beginning of the movie, they had this whole thing where, like, you could reach out and practically touch these, like, floating orbs. And it was really cool. At the time, it was super neat. But then 3D got into everything, and you were like, really? Does the Saw franchise need a 3D movie? My Bloody Valentine certainly does, because that was one of the ones back in the day that had 3D, but it is cool to see. But after a while, you're like, really? Do we really need 3D for this? And yeah, the super gore took it way too far after a while. They did it too much. They did it too far. People got desensitized to it. And then we had this swing. We had this weird swing where we didn't swing back to not doing that. We swung to, let's just steal horror movies from other countries. We'll import them. We'll import the scares. And that's what gave us The Ring, and The Grudge. Right? English title for that is The Grudge. That gave us Pulse. That gave us... Oh, that gave us Quarantine? Right, that gave us Quarantine. Rec is a Spanish movie that is just better in every way. Or at least I think it's better in every way, but that's just a me thing. And stuff like that. I saw the second Avatar movie because my sister really liked the first one, and so, like, we saw the 2D one in 3D, and it was a fun time. Ooh. I'm glad it was fun. I never watched the Avatar movies. I thought they were neat aesthetically, but then I heard what the plot was, and I was like, alright. This is not made for the plot. I liked it, but it was blinding loud. Yeah, that makes sense. It's a movie theater. I'm sorry you had to suffer. Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of movie theaters being way too loud, here on Sundays, our movie theaters have the whole day is generally speaking dedicated to doing like what's the opposite of sensory overload? They're dedicated to being, like, sensitive to that kind of thing. So the volume is turned down and the lights are turned down. I mean, the lights in a theater are not lit anyway. But they turn the volume down and they do a lot of stuff to make, like... On those days, like, they don't get upset with you if you, like, get up out of your seat and are, like, moving around and wiggling, so long as you're reasonable quiet. So they do that on Sundays. Oh, and our museums all have little quiet corners for if you need them to, like, chill out and calm down. They're not specifically labeled as, like, this is for you kids with autism, but that's kind of the point. They're just labeled as quiet corners so that you can, like, go and vibe in them and not have to be, like, feeling embarrassed, I guess. Do you know what I mean? Like, Go into the quiet corner is something anybody can do. Go into the Tism corner and people will be like, So we have that. There's also some of our larger grocery stores, at least in the city anyway. Some of our larger grocery stores have times and stuff set up for folks who are like extra susceptible to certain things. Mostly getting sick. So they have like in the early morning on, I think, Thursdays or something silly like that. They have it set up so that you can like come in and just shop without having to worry too bad. I don't know if that stuff is out. Disclaimer: I don't know if they have that stuff outside the city that I live in. Though I know a couple of places that do. Those are also large cities. But we have a lot of stuff like that here because Halifax is one of those places. Like, we put up the progress... When Pride comes around, we put up the progress flag. Instead of just the regular rainbow. Oh, and we have our sidewalks. Some of our sidewalks have the rainbow paint. We have the rainbow stripes in the middle of them. That should get redone, actually, come June or July. But that's because Halifax was having Pride Month long before Pride Month was a thing. We had Pride Month in July. That's why we get double Pride. We get Pride in June when all the corporate stuff does Pride, and we all show up to it, and we very politely tell the corporations, "Hi, yes, we are a large enough demographic that you can make money, so you should keep doing this. Okay, thank you." And then in July, we have Good Pride. Pride that's fun and doesn't suck. It's like in October, there's Thanksgiving, and you go home for Thanksgiving, and you politely prove to your parents that you're alive and you know how to cook, and yes, you've been having a wonderful time at university, thank you for asking. No, you wouldn't like to talk about it, and honestly, schoolwork is kind of boring anyway, and yes, you're having a great time, okay, thank you. Please put more gravy in the gravy bucket, I will take it home with me, thanks! And then when you get back, you all pull your leftovers together, and you have better Thanksgiving! Where you actually like the people you're eating with, and you have a good time! Oh, and you get like the $1 stuffing box, because nobody's stuffing kept. There's never any stuffing left over, so you get like the $1 stuffing box, and that is your contribution. You cook that for everybody so that there's stuffing. And everybody gets to try everybody else's gravy. And it's great. It's such a good time. It is. It's a wonderful time. What we used to do is we would just do that when everybody got back from Thanksgiving weekend. But after a while, we started making a tradition out of it because I had a bunch of friends from the US who were like, it's weird not having a holiday in November. Like, I mean, it's not like you don't have one. You have Veterans Day. And we were like, Remembrance Day. You mean Remembrance Day. It's November 11th. Followed by a lot of, yeah, sure, whatever. Anyway, right, moving on. You don't have Thanksgiving. And we were like, that's in October. It's before Halloween. And then eventually we sat down and we designed Thanksmas. It takes place on American Thanksgiving or the weekend thereof. And what you do is you get everybody together for a great big dinner and you give each other your Christmas presents. Holiday presents, whatever. It doesn't matter. They're Thanksmas presents. So they're not for Christmas. They're not for any of the other holidays that you would get presents for. It's Thanksmas. Man, Canada doesn't even have Black Friday. Might be too American right now. Oh, I will tell you something funny, chat. We did not have Black Friday for a long time. And then a couple of places started advertising it. But it's not Black Friday like you're thinking of. They just advertise it as, oh, it's Black Friday week. Here are your deals. So, like, it's not like the wait in line at, you know, get in line at, like, 8 o'clock on Thanksgiving Day for Black Friday sales. It's not like that. It's, and we don't have the kind of... Y'all, Y'all, I have heard people die about it for Black Friday. And I have proof that that's true? And I'm scared for y'all. It sounds scary. It sounds terrifying. It sounds like you should not do that. And I'm scared for all of you. We don't have that here. We don't do that. Yeah, it's not pushing people to get the TV that's 90% off. It's much more peaceful. Usually they're just deep discounts. You won't see anything crazy like 90% off a TV for door crasher deals or anything. I have seen some things. But we just call it Black Friday week and be done with it. And usually it's advertised as like oh, get your stuff in person so you can see it and touch it and feel it and know that it's there, instead of waiting for Cyber Monday when you might get scammed. TBH America has Waffle House, so I guess it's kind of expected. I have heard tell of Waffle House, and I have seen the, yo, can I just get a waffle? I have seen that. America's a time. I wish we had a Waffle House here so that I could eat at it and see what all the fuss is about. But we don't. We do have Popeyes. My city got a Popeyes. That is not a Canadian thing. We do not have that usually. But it's real good. I like it. I like their gravy. It's spicy and it's weird and it's got carrots in it. Mint does not care for their gravy. I like it because it's got stuff in it. It's not the food is the fuss. It's the 3 a.m. fights is the fuss. Oh, we have that. That's downtown. We have that because people drink all their alcohol up and then they come out of the Toothy Moose or they come out of the Dome. Wait, I don't know if the Dome is still downtown. They come out of the bar. They come out of the bars and they're not having a good time and they're eepity and they're hungry and they don't feel good because they have too many alcohols in them. And then somebody bumps them funny and they punch. And it does not go down well. But generally speaking, that sorts itself out pretty quickly. Somebody gets punched and then somebody else punches back and then a couple of other people are like, whoa, 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 hey, knock it off. That's enough. Settle down. Or their friends will be like, whoa, hey, no. Come on. We're gonna go get some McDonald's, alright? Come on, you like McDonald's. Come on. And they knock it off. But I think maybe that's because we don't typically have weapons. America frightens me. I'm 4 centimeters tall and I am not big enough to deal with America. Anyway, right, we were dealing with a different crime.
It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer.
Her motive, huh? I figured that's what I had to establish next.
Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a motive?
Yes, of course. I think.
Ha! You're still acting as tame as a kitten. Kitten.
Mr. Armando.
Listen, a lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in knots is the mark of a pro.
Hey, I know that advice! You're on back warg! Good luck! Don't let that warg eat all the guys! They're counting on you! Don't let that warg eat the 7 to 8 guys that are escorting Glenna. She's not your puppy, you know. When we do that raid, Hooji and I do towers. Hooji is a guardian, a heal brand, and I am a power daredevil. So we do towers usually. You can do it with a competent mesmer. I am not a competent mesmer for that. Not competent enough, anyways. I could be. But I don't have the practice with that one. I was in Chrono Jail for a little while, but I don't have practice taking towers because we had a different Mesmer to do that. The answer to raids once upon a time was, how many Mesmers can you cram into one party? The answer is enough. Oh, I love Wing 3 a lot. The true final boss of Wing 3 is Twisted Castle, though. I know where all the buttons are, and I know where all the gates go, and I know all the different shortcuts, but I cannot hit them all myself. I almost decided to do this on Chrono, Lamau. Val, I think you would be able to do raids, some of them eventually. They're very specific. I think you could handle Wing 1. I think I would need Huji to teach you, though, not me, because I can't teach you Wing 1. Learning a DPS isn't that complicated, and Condi DPS is often in demand, especially for Wing 1, because people like to bring power DPS, but Condi DPS is required for Veil Guardian. Because red. The red part. I know, but heal, I know. But if you learn a Scourge, you can do all those things, and you can provide alacrity. You can explode into go faster. Yeah! You want to get a couple of hero points to add on to your hero point total? We can do that later tonight if you're up for it. If not, that's also okay. We should probably also get some real rest. Or at least I should. Nah. Okay. Eepity. Fair. I also should be eepity and in bed. I want to wear my fancy boots tomorrow. Chad, have I shown you my fancy boots? I don't think I have. They're a bit big for me, so I make aquarium staff wear them. Maybe so, but I wish you'd quit grinning at me like that. Excuse me. May I speak, Mr. Judge?
Oh, of course. Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like.
I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know that it's not true.
I see. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady. It looks like this witness is a real professional. What do you mean? Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her. Click! She lights right up. Very well then, let's hear what the witness has to say.
I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago, or kidnapping a poor girl. I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster.
Honey. Out of the country, eh? Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder. Indeed.
I think she's a monster. I know! Ah, that stupid smile makes me want to throw some hands. I know! I know, right? Even Val doesn't like her, and, like, that is a very Val-looking character, except underneath there's not a very Val-looking person.
You're up to bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile.
You bet! Somehow I have to tie her to this case. I got an idea, chat. I know, right? I mean, look at the amount of pink on that character. Exactly. But Val also didn't like April May. Okay, I have questions for you, ma'am. I have questions. A grudge? Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death.
Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such a deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt.
I can like non-pink characters. Like, take a look at my current favorites. Oh yeah, but TBH, does anyone like April May? Edgeworth. Edgeworth fell for it. And the judge. Although, to be fair, in my own mind, I don't think Edgeworth fell for it. I think it was a bit of a put on, but I think he did at least partly.
Body break.
Oh no, I exist again. Why was I gone? Wouldn't you like to know? I assume it's Scienceman's. Every time someone leaves, Scienceman's. Alright. Stretch. We hydrate as chat demands. Chat has been demanding these things, right? I feel like it's time. Yeah, it's definitely time. Okay. That's before Edgeworth say Phoenix, so it doesn't count. The ship still sails. Yes! Exactly. Alright, and for body break, we will do some arm circles real quick, because I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, there we go. Well, we're gonna go through this first a little. My client's always maintained that he's innocent of those charges. He seems rather forgetful. Your client, I mean. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot the poor policewoman as well.
What do you mean by that?
Your client. He forgot what the detective looked like, right? It's too bad that for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well.
Well, she's right about that. Mr. Falls is kind of forgetful.
Press!
You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What did you mean by that?
Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right?
Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification.
I do have work tomorrow. Don't worry, we'll play through this part. I am going to press through this part and then I got a plan. Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me.
That's true. He's clearly a bitter man.
This is bad. Mr. Fall's reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Oh, my water bottle handle just broke. Oh, we hate when that happens. Oh, right. Next week's stream is going to be a little all over the place. We're starting a little late on Monday, and we're running quite late on Monday. I'm going to need an energy drink in the morning after that. And then Friday and Saturday I have, I think. Friday and Saturday I have some collabs as well. On Friday we're playing Jeopardy. And on Saturday, Mario Kart 8. Monday is going to be Stardew Valley. Gonna be us doing our best at Stardew Valley. This is bad. Mr. Fall's reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep. What should he do with that last statement? Have it added to the testimony. Your Honor, what the witness just said now was tremendously important. I'd like it added to the official testimony.
The prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and a mentally unbalanced one at that. That testimony only helps to further prove the point.
No, that's not why
Enough! Witness, if you would.
Insert Jeopardy theme here. Do 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 do. I still know the Jeopardy theme. I haven't seen Jeopardy in ages, not since Trey Beck was hosting. My pleasure, Mr. Judge. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. I bet we're just presenting the scarf. I bet we're presenting the scarf because it's blue. That's blue, right, chat? That's definitely blue. Oh, right. Ah! Witness, I want you to look at the photo you took. It's hard to see in the photo, but look at the scarf the victim wore as identification.
Ah, are you talking about this scarf right here, eh?
Yes, that's it. The scarf the policewoman was wearing. I've got her now. Just don't mess up. But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf.
White?
This is the scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it clearly doesn't look white to me. Oh! That is blue! Definitely blue! I'm so good at this! I figured out how colors!
Well, it was foggy that day, and it was raining as well. It's not surprising that she mistook it for white.
Sorry, but not this time. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf.
Well, yes, but what's the significance? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but...
There's only one explanation for this mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is... Interesting. It must be this. This is the only thing that has that. Witness, have you ever seen this note? No. No, never.
Well, it's top secret evidence. There's no reason why that you would have.
I wonder about that. Well, what do you mean? This note shows Mr. Fall's instructions to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear white scarf for identification.
White scarf.
Ah! Witness, you knew what this note said. There's no other possible reason for you to mistake the scarf's color. Yeah. Well, Ms. Foster? No!
Order! 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 Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation.
I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public. And yet, this witness knew exactly what that note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Falls is one. The person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person.
Well, did you say one more person? That's right. A person that no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out, kitten?
Yep. The third person that knew the contents of this note was... Dahlia Hawthorne. And that person is Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne? I've never heard that name before.
Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There's her name right there.
What's this? So who is this person? This Dahlia Hawthorne? Miss Fay must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life. The dead? Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. Killed in a crime? You don't mean... Yes. She was kidnapped and killed by Terry Falls.
You said she was killed, but was she really?
What are you implying?
Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago, when she fell off Dusky Bridge and was lost in the Eagle River. Yo, I got back and wow. Welcome in, Black Sniper Beats. Welcome back. Her corpse was never found.
She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead.
But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster. I believe that's the same age you are.
Even you couldn't. Ms. Fay, you're not saying...
But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne.
What? What? Ah, nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a 3-alarm fire. But unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist.
I understand. Yes, the song! If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. Now's my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm.
Witness! Just who are you anyway?
I'm...
I didn't think it'd come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness.
Yes, I understand.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself! Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue the matter this far. You don't mean... Yes. The prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses.
What did he say?
Ha! It looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go.
No way, but then why?
If you hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. But, I thought she died 5 years ago. We thought so as well, but, well, as you can see.
Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years?
That has nothing to do with the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime.
Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at another murder scene.
Really, Miss Fay? Your strategy is clearly obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on the innocent witness in order to win. At any cost.
How dare you!
Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious. Her big sister. Ms. Fay must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her.
What? This is wild. Don't worry, we'll be done in a second.
I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Ms. Fay, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would the witness have for killing her beloved sister?
Well, you see, I thought I was winning, but somehow he's turned it around on me.
Ha! I think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten. The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim.
That wasn't me. It was this guy, this crazy coffee addict.
I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. Huh. What makes you think they're empty, boy?
Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets. I am sweating bullets.
You think you're in a tough spot, huh?
Of course, aren't I?
No. You've just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you.
Up to me.
The rashness of youth. How charming.
Edgeworth, you are 20! Mia is like 23. Settle down. This coming from someone younger than me. She's right.
Well, now then, let's not waste any more time. Miss Fay, what motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne?
Is it? It's not the diamond, because we don't have that. Yeah, okay. It's tell Dahlia the whole truth must come out.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Totally not Godot. Totally not Godot could call me kitten anytime. He's pretty. He's very pretty. I admit, I'm here for Edgeworth because that's the kind of thing that I enjoy. But I will say, there's a charm. There's a charm to Totally Not Godot. Mr. Armando, if you will. There's a certain je ne sais quoi to him. I get Poe to call me kitten. I stay winning. You did pay the points. The story starts after Terry Falls escaped. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth. The whole truth? There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie. To keep her mouth shut permanently. Not Godot really does have a certain appeal to him. I know, right? A terrific story, Miss Faye. If you like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Faye. What was the secret that was so important? Where's your evidence? Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne and Terry Falls. There's only one important secret that connects them all. Oh, yes, I know this secret. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony. What testimony? Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, we believe it will explain a lot of things, such as the nature of this important secret between the Hawthorne sisters. Very well. I'll grant your request for further testimony. I know it will be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf? Yes. I'll try, Mr. Judge. Putting on the old charm for one more time, Dahlia. This will be the last time you hide behind your womanly wiles. It's okay, we're gonna save here. It won't let me save here. Right. I have to read the testimony. You know what? We're just gonna read this testimony again later anyway. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, there we go. The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And we're to believe, after all that, she murdered her sister? Preposterous. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Ms. Faye? Yes, Your Honor. As you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination. Mr. Edgeworth got the jump on me again. Ha! If we're not allowed to fight, then let's twist some arms. Listen up. We've still got that info. That ace up our sleeve. What info? Come on, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged. That's right, it was a fake kidnapping. Terry Falls told us that in the lobby. I do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says. So what you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by, yeah, me and Dahlia, and Valerie too. Yes, that's it. The fake kidnapping is your best shot, Mia. That's her secret. I just ain't paying for his medical bills. No one is. Alright, please, please, please let me save. There we go! We can finally save. It's time for a cliffhanger, chat! We're going on a little adventure! It is now closing time, and we hope you enjoyed your visit to the octopus enclosure! If you are with me on Twitch, we're going on an adventure, because we have that there. If you are with me... A cliffhanger, literally, yes! If you are with me on any other anything, that's truly the end of the night. Alright, let's see who we got going on tonight. Oh, Mr. Alright. Adventure time. Come on, grab your friends. We'll go to very
distant lands. All right. Oh boy, I know where we're going. I know where we're going. We're going to see Blue Monica for some Banjo-Kazooie. Do you guys remember Banjo-Kazooie? Because I do. Nightbot, give me my raid message. Alright, that is it for tonight, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow for Guild Wars 2. Thanks for playing along with me, everybody. Bye!